Oh, here we go. Yes, this meeting is being live streamed. Okay, we got an anonymous person in tonight. We really appreciate it if you at least put your first name or your call sign in there, but you don't have to. I know I'm watched by some people that just like to see what I'm going to say next. All right, and let me now I got to go find myself over here and mute it. There we go. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but anyway. All right, so our YouTube has started. Let me get this screen capture off of here. All right, hello everybody and welcome. This is the Southwest Florida TechNet. My name's Ian, KO4EFS, and I'm here this evening with my co-host, Joseph, KM4OVZ. There he is. And we're going to be your host through the evening tonight, where we're going to talk about Allstar nodes and Echolink nodes. And we're actually going to build one tonight. Joseph mailed me one. And we're actually, I haven't even opened it yet. It's going to be kind of a surprise for me too. But he sent me this. It's got a power cord on one side, and it's got a little SMA connector on the other side. And he sent me this. And what we're going to do tonight, before the net's over, is we're going to hook this to the 775 repeater and have you guys test it out. And we're going to see how this works, and we're going to try to get Joseph to be able to talk to one of you guys on the 775 repeater tonight. So we're going to see how this works. But I've got this box, and we're going to be going to that here in about 5 or 10 minutes. So don't go anywhere as Joseph takes us through the process of building your own node box using a very inexpensive Baofeng radio. And I believe he used a was there a Raspberry Pi in here?
Yeah, Raspberry Pi 3.
A Raspberry Pi 3, which is one of the older ones, and a Baofeng radio that he's taken all apart. And we're going to open this up in just a minute and take a look at it. I've got, as you guys can see here, I've got the desk all wired up here, and we're going to be doing that tonight. I've got an antenna connector here that's hooked up and ready to go. I've got an internet connector here, and of course we've got. I'm pretty sure we have electricity. So we're going to be able to get this thing hooked up here in just a minute. And Joseph's going to walk me through it. And you guys can see how untalented I am at this kind of stuff.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, well, I would. But anyway, I'm going to try to hook something up here real quick. But Joseph, we'll get back to the weather afterwards. I've also got a little bit of tech talk to talk about with the space weather that's going on right now. And we also have, I want to talk at the end if we get time. If not, we'll do it next week. But the FCC has cracked down on hazardous drone transmissions. They just fined one of these kit companies a lot of money. Yes, I'm glad you're familiar with it. If we want, we can hit that tonight or we'll do it next week. But I'd like to address that. Also, the FCC filing system. As with every government website, and this is what's that noise? As with every government website, as soon as they launched it, it crashed. That seems to happen. I remember Obamacare. That website crashed over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, I think it's a 404 error right now. I'm not sure, but I got to tell you guys, it's a little crazy to see. That every time the government institutes a new website or a new program, it crashes right off the bat.
Can you wait for the Ministry of Truth that they're working on?
Oh, I know. and you know what gets me? It's like, okay, let's not get into that. I don't want to get into that because you should have listened to the last 3 hours.
You should have been here. I wish you had been here, Ian, last TechNet, because there was someone on here. I think you would have torn him a new one if you had been here.
Yeah.
I don't know if
well, we've got an anonymous person in here right now, and just so the anonymous person knows, you could watch this on YouTube. You don't even have to be in Zoom. We're broadcasting live worldwide right now on YouTube, and you can please like and subscribe. If you don't like us, do the thumb down thing.
Oh wait.
Anyway, why is that?
I said, oh wait, you can't.
Oh,
because remember they removed the dislike.
Oh, that's right. We're in a world now where our hearts bleed, so we don't like dislikes. All right. Anyway, I like dislike. You know what? Criticism Criticism makes you stronger. It makes you learn. It makes you better.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's right. Okay, so let's get into this tonight. I'm going to go through the newsletter later. We're going to talk about some things you guys can do to help us get the word out about the TechNet. We're going to talk a little more about the weather we had today. There's a lot going on that we're going to get to a little bit later on. And we're also the ham radio workshop for the hurricane conference is now available on YouTube for those of you who want to watch that. And the Southwest Florida WatchNet is going to return this coming Thursday. But the repeater's up. It's going to return this coming Thursday with an Allstar node hooked up to it. So Joseph and others can participate even if you can't reach the repeater. So that'll be fun. We're going to try that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead at this point and turn it over to Joseph. And while I get things ready on this end here, and then you can start walking me through.
All right. Well, there's not a whole lot to say here until we get into it, but an Allstar node, if you're not familiar with it already, is where you take a Raspberry Pi. You can probably take an actual Linux computer because it is a Linux program that's been packaged real nice into a Pi, but you probably have to be some kind of Linux genius to set that up because I don't know how to do that. So they provide you with a nice image file that you just flash to a memory card and you put it on a Pi. Then you buy a CM108 sound card. Now, there are multiple websites online. If you just search Allstar node or how to build an Allstar node, there's actually a really good video series somebody made where he went through every step and created an Allstar node. And he has all the parts, all the components you need. And it was really good. I'm actually going to figure out who this was. Yeah, G5REV, the radio channel called G5REV, has an idiot's guide to building an Allstar node. And he did a really well thought out video. And that's what I based my build off of. In fact, you don't even need a buck converter or a voltage regulator or any of that if you actually just use his guide. So that's the guide I used. I recommend you check them out if you want to build one of these. We're going to be more doing the setup because we've already built one. But the setup part and the computer part is just as important as the building part. And so that's what we're going to do tonight, mostly because I want to be able to talk into the Fort Myers stuff and the Miami stuff shut down. So I don't need the box over there in Miami anymore. So I have a matching box sitting here next to me. I haven't used it in a while, so it may or may not work. So we'll be figuring that out as this goes on. But the things you really need to run one of these is a Baofeng 888S, which is a really cheap. It costs like $12 handheld UHF radio. So yeah, it costs $12. I see Rick over there making a funny face. Yeah, it costs about $12 on Amazon. And you get one of these things and you just tear it apart pretty much. You don't even need the battery. Let me see. I thought here we go. Still have the box. So one of these things, and you just tear it apart, follow the guide. You solder some wires to the motherboard. You essentially solder microphone, push to talk, and audio out, as well as the COS line, the COS line, which is what tells the Pi that the radio is receiving a signal. So you solder those wires, and then you take your sound card, which is a CM108 sound card. Those are also pretty cheap, about $12. And you want to get one. You can buy one that has like a case on it, but the ones I've been buying are just like the bare PCB. They're still usable as a normal sound card, but they just don't have a plastic shell on them, so it's kind of easier to work with. And then you desolder the little audio jacks, and you solder on a transistor. Actually, I didn't even use a transistor in this one. You don't actually need the transistor, it seems like. So there's two ways to do it. So in the video that I followed, he used a transistor. But if you don't use a transistor, you don't have transistors on hand. I have like a kit with like every kind of transistor in it, except for power amplifier ones. Then you can actually just change a setting in the software, which will make it work without a transistor. So there's two ways to do it. And you pretty much solder wires in a few specific places onto the sound card, and you plug it into the Pi, you put your SD card in, and it all just works. So the only little hint, the little tip that I have from working with these is definitely put your antenna, put it on an external antenna. You can use the little antenna they supply with you. It's one of these really cheap rubber duckies. If you do that, it will create like a voltage on the push to talk line. And what you'll end up with is the thing will key itself over and over and over because it will think it's being keyed, but it's not. It's actually the transmitting that's causing it. So you'll get stuck in a loop or it won't work properly. It's got to be on an antenna. You can use the stock antenna, just put it on a extension of like 3 feet at least for it to work. If you do the modification where you actually remove the power amplifier, which is what some people do, then you don't have to do that. You can just leave the antenna right on, but I leave the power amplifier in because, I don't really know what I'm going to do with it ahead of time. So just keep that in mind, because that was a problem I had and I couldn't find any other people with the same problem online. So I had to figure that out the hard way. Other than that, I think we're ready to move on. I see Ian has the little box up there. There we go. So Ian's got the box, and I took a project box. I just got can't remember the dimensions, but you can see it there. I just got a waterproof project box off Amazon. It doesn't actually have to be waterproof, but that's just what I had at the time. And then the cube there is just one of those, I don't know the brand, North Panda it says on it, but you can get those everywhere for the Raspberry Pi. And that little cube will actually power the radio as well as the Pi, because the radio does draw some juice whenever it's transmitting. So you got to keep that in mind when you're designing this, because a lot of guides will say put in a buck converter or to step the voltage down, or some kind of voltage regulator. If you try and power this radio right off the 5-volt rail on the Pi, it will turn on, but it will not transmit. I believe it's an over voltage protection. It will not go into transmit. The other thing is that the Pi can only really supply like 20 milliamps or 20 or 10 milliamps, like some ridiculously low value on the actual GPIO pins. So you're really not supposed to power the radio off those pins. But there's our box there. And I sort of packaged everything up. It's not a real professional install by any means, but for being inside a box where nobody will see it. The sound card's actually unplugged. I don't know why it's unplugged. Did you unplug that, Ian?
No, I just opened it for the first time.
Okay, it must have been Black Sheep in Miami.
I hope that yellow wire is not important.
The clipped off thing?
Yeah. Where does this
Ooh. That yellow wire should have a green wire attached to it, if I remember correctly. Hold on. I have pictures from when I made
Oh
this
yeah,
thing.
here's a green wire that's laying over here like this. Just laying there.
That green wire is supposed to be connected to the yellow wire. That's a ground pin. Let me look here. I have some pictures from. Yeah, that green wire, just if you would take that green wire. I don't know if you have wire strippers or not, but you're gonna have to get some bare wire off of there and just connect the yellow to the green. That's a ground pin. Looks like there was a little bit of damage.
Oh crap.
Oh, what happened? Did you pull it off?
Yeah, it came out of the connector.
Oh,
I had a funny feeling this was going to be a disaster tonight.
Oh no, don't give up so quickly. Come on now.
I'm
Hey
not
guys,
good
I have
at
a question.
this stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
What is this like meeting about? I'm kind of confused.
So this is.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll let you tell him, Ian, because.
Okay, we are demonstrating how to set up your own Allstar node, so that you can connect a repeater or your personal radio through this node into the internet, so that it can be connected to other radios. It's like an over-the-internet radio connection system, and we're showing you how to build it in a box using this equipment, so that you don't have to have a dedicated radio and a dedicated computer in order to do it. And that's basically what we're doing tonight.
So like, could I make like possibly an infinite V-Bucks generator from this?
No.
No. All right, I'll be quiet, guys. Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It doesn't run Fortnite, unfortunately.
Yeah.
V-Bucks, Ian, are a currency in a game called Fortnite.
Oh.
They're kind of a joke online.
I have no V-Bucks.
So yeah, don't worry, it's not gonna be a disaster. All right, don't give up this quickly now. All right.
All right, but how do I got to get this connector back on here? I can hardly see this thing.
Yeah. Well, so hold on. It looks like the little.
It just connects. I just strip the insulation off 2 wires and just tie them together.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just
that the other wire pulled out of the connector. That's the problem.
So the yellow came with a little metal piece out of the black.
It has a little black connector that was on pin number 3 outboard, and then the yellow wire was in that, and I was trying to strip it, and the entire thing pulled out of the plug.
Was there a little metal piece that came with the yellow wire?
Not that I know of.
So the inside the black, then there's still the little metal contact is what
I would assume it's still in there. Yes.
I don't know how important that ground wire really is. I've just always done it. And
Hey guys, I have something to comment.
oh boy, here we go. What's up?
No. I was gonna honestly low key was gonna troll y'all guys, but like I was gonna troll you guys, but you guys seem like so cool. So I'm just gonna leave the meeting because I don't want to like be mean at all. So I'll catch you guys later. It's for my YouTube. So
Oh, all right.
I was gonna be mean, but
I respect that, dude. Thank you very much. I
yeah,
appreciate
you guys seemed really cool. So I'll let you guys have fun.
All right,
All
thanks,
right,
man.
thanks.
All right, you guys have a good day.
When we're doing better.
That's good though, man. There's hope for the universe.
Okay, so before you fight with trying to just shove that in there, there's a little tab on that little black thing that you got in your hand, and you can take the pin out, and then you can either crimp or solder that in.
Don't even try to take that out.
Help take that pin out. I know exactly what you're doing.
You can take that out, Ian, but you're probably going to get real frustrated trying to take it out. So
No, it's simple. If you have a jeweler screwdriver or an X-Acto knife, there's that little black flap. You just have to lift it up and then push the pin out.
Pull that pin out there.
Yeah, I see it. I don't know if I got anything that fine.
Well, if you don't have an X-Acto knife or a pocket knife that's got a razor blade in it, then we're out of luck. We can do this next week.
close up shop, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been the Southwest
This
Florida
shot
Tech
has
Net.
been scrubbed for lack of tobacco knife. Feel like NASA here, you know. You got one bad little cloud up there. Oh, we're gonna scrub the lift off today.
Mhm. Yeah, a bird flies by and they're like, abort.
So they wouldn't let me run NASA because I would schedule a different way of when launches are going to go. You know, they just send these rockets to the space station willy-nilly. They should look ahead on heavens above, so that when they send one of these things up there and that spaceship has to chase the space station, it ought to be done when it's going to fly over and you can watch it. They've only done that a few times. 8, 9, 10 years ago, they sent ice cream up, and I had it myself and all my neighbors outside watching the ice cream trucks chase the space station, and everybody thought that was cool, you know. And when they used to bring in the
Musk innovation,
you know, when the shuttle would come in for a landing, you could watch it streak across the sky in Texas. You could see it from when it was over New Mexico, then streak all the way across Texas. You could go inside after you waited for the two sonic booms. Took a while for those to get to me. Then you could go inside and you could watch the space shuttle land in Florida.
Yeah,
That's that. And then you say, yeah. And it was coasting to a landing. From the time it took off, it's just been coasting.
Yeah, it's unpowered like 98% of the time it's in the air.
Yeah. So and it only streaks across the sky at only Mach 17.
Yeah.
Coasting to a landing.
Okay, I've got this wire shoved in there, and it's on the pin. It's the third pin from the end on the outboard, right?
Yeah.
Did you just wrap the bare wire around the pin?
I shoved the bare wire up in the pin and shoved it down over the pin.
That should work.
Yeah, it's this is the way I do things because I can't see. Okay, so where does this USB plug in?
Okay, that plugs into the Raspberry Pi USB ports. There's a bunch of ports on there. But
You know,
don't plug that in yet because we
this
need
thing
to
looks like
program-
it's been dropped or something.
It might have. Well, it was in a packaging.
Did you send it by UPS?
Yeah.
It wasn't dropped. It was thrown around.
Yeah,
Well,
it's all right. I mean, everything else looks okay.
You just
This come unstuck and it was sitting on an angle. This needs to be more straight, I think. Like
yeah,
this.
it's supposed to be straight. It had tape, foam tape holding it down. I guess it came up.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
All right. So we now need our Baofeng programming cable.
Okay. And I'm going to remove this and bring it over here for that because I don't think the cable will reach that far. Now, I did pull the program out of another Baofeng, a UV82 or a 5R, and so I know this is going to work.
Well, you pulled the cable or did you download the image?
I downloaded the image from the radio just to make sure it works, and then I blew it
Okay.
back into it again.
Okay.
But this is as close as I can get, so...
The cable should work absolutely fine. There's no reason why it shouldn't work.
Okay, and so this needs to go into here very gently.
Yeah, try not to disturb the green wire there.
Wow, that green wire is right there.
Yeah, you got it. They tell you to program this thing before you assemble it because it's so bad. Luckily, I was able to build it where the wire didn't completely make it inaccessible, but
all right, well, I got it hooked up.
okay.
Now power it.
So so now you kind of connect the antenna and the power, and yeah, just the antenna and the power in case it decides to transmit. I don't want it to burn itself out.
I don't think there's any lightning in the area now.
I didn't even have everything unhooked today. I was on a wing and a prayer. All right, so let me plug it into power. Find power here. I know I got power somewhere. The one thing I should have in supply here. Okay, here we go. All right, I got red lights.
You got red lights. You got that light.
Actually,
That's the light on the power supply, and the Pi is turning on. Yes. Okay. That's good.
Red and green on the Pi, red on the little button thingy.
Yep, that's what it should be.
Okay. So let me try to read the radio.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share screen. And
let me remove spotlight here so you can share screen.
All right, now let's go ahead up here and radio, download radio. And as I always like to tell people, take this opportunity.
You told it was a UV5R. It's not going to clone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought that's what it was. What is it?
It's a BF888.
I should watch my own show.
All the way at the top. There you go.
Okay, let's read that radio. Guys, always read your code plug out of your radio. Then copy and paste what you want off the other code plug into your code plug, and then load your code plug back up again. Don't ever blow the wrong code plug, because if it's off by one digit on the model number, you'll brick it.
You'll brick the radio now.
Yeah. So here's what's in the radio now.
Yep.
Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over to here, and I'm going to copy channel 34.
34.
Copy. Right, and all you do is Control C. I go back over here now. You want me to put it in channel 1?
Yeah.
There it is. Overwrite. Yes.
You could do that.
There it is in channel 1. You want me to put it in 2 as well, you said, or?
Yeah, go ahead, put it in channel 2 and 3 for that matter.
Okay, now it's in all 3, but now it's on tone. I think it needs to be on carrier squelch.
Well, it's on tone. That's fine. It'll work that way just fine. I just like to set it to tone squelch. That way
It works both ways, right?
So it'll for sure only open up the node whenever the repeater is active. That way the radio listens for a tone as well as the repeater.
Right. So you guys got that? Tone means you're sending a tone.
Right. Okay.
TSQL means that you're sending a tone, but you're also only opening up your receive side when there's a tone.
When there's a tone. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's
Who's
gone missing.
Yeah. Is that Amber Alert going out again?
Yep.
All right. Tone 136.5.
Make sure it's not from Vladimir.
Yeah, trust me, I've been worried about that. It's going to go off one night. 136. I got to change the receive side to 136. It'll actually let you set a different receive squelch from the transmit squelch. Okay, so that's that.
That should be accurate.
Everything's good all the way across now, except we want to put these on low power, right?
Yeah, you can do low power. That'll be fine.
There's just absolutely no reason for high power.
Not really. Low power is probably like 200 milliwatts. So for that fourth entry, can you put in the 6.8? Well, actually, can't do the 6.85. The radio is mono band 440, so never mind.
440. Oh, okay.
Well, the only other repeaters I would have is the 750 and the 725. Yeah, I can't do anything with SARnet. They don't like that.
Yeah, don't bother with that.
I don't like to upset those people. But yeah, we've got 725 and the 750, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, don't bother with those really.
Okay, all right. So we'll just go like this.
That should be all we need. Yep.
So just to explain real quick, the reason we're not blowing all the channels in here is the radio has no display. So we're not going to, and it has no speaker that you can listen to. So we're not going to. Yeah, if it had a speaker, you could hear channel 9, channel 10, channel 11, but because there's no speaker, you can't. So the best thing to do is just program like 3 channels and program what you need it to do, basically. Okay, so now we're gonna. Are we ready? What do we do?
Yeah, go ahead and upload. If you still need to hear the speaker output from the radio whenever it's not like behaving correctly, you can still take the original speaker and just touch the wires onto the board. I removed it because if I don't remove it, then anytime I'm transmitting, then that audio would be coming out of the box itself. And the box is really just supposed to be a passive thing that sort of sits there. So you could leave the speaker in if you want. It won't really affect anything.
All right. So that's that. And now I'm going to go back over to here and I'm going to spotlight myself again.
Oops, sorry, I messed that up.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Spotlight for everyone. There we go. I fixed it.
Yeah, I got to put it back on gallery, and then there we go. Now I got you and I both on there. Isn't that cool how I did that?
I like that.
All right. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I got this hooked up. Now I'm going to go ahead and unplug the computer. Right. We're done with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've blown the program into it.
Yep.
Which is the proper Motorola term, by the way. All right. Yeah, we've blown it in there.
So your next step is going to be to turn off the radio and turn it back on. So the way you do that is the knob on your left, not the center knob, but the one on your left. Yeah, that one. Turn that all the way like you're turning off a volume knob, and it'll click and turn off, and then turn it back on. Or you can just unplug the whole thing and plug it back in. It doesn't really matter. There you go. So could you key up the 775 with another radio? That light should turn green on the handheld.
Okay, I can. I've got my portable over here. Let me grab it, and then I can just open the shed door. Where the hell did my radio go?
Uh-oh. I think he unplugged his headphones.
That doesn't sound good.
Whenever you hear coming from he sure did.
Flashing around. I think he disconnected the audio.
We gotta be like He's not even looking.
He may not hear us. I don't know. He may have killed his input audio too.
Uh-oh. Stepping on the cable. I think you found it.
There we go. I pulled my headphones out.
Yeah, you sure did.
I don't know where my other radio is, but I've got another one right here that will do it. I just got to get it on the right channel. Here we go. Hold on.
The light has not turned green.
Somebody just junked the repeater.
No, it clicked and it ID'd, but I didn't see the green light.
No, I didn't either. Well, we can wait to try and fix that until later. It could
I
be.
wonder if it's a stupid adapter or something.
No. It's probably just the channel is set incorrectly. That little knob in the middle will probably have to be twisted.
Junked the repeater. Something.
Yeah, I chunked it. It beeped. I just did what drives everybody nuts.
You'll have the ID Nazis going crazy.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, you clicked the repeater and didn't say anything. And I'm like, yeah. I didn't realize that was a felony.
It is.
Somebody's got to come after you with a sledgehammer.
I mean, I listen to people all the time. They go down and click every single channel all the way down.
Yep. Right.
I don't do it. I normally, like earlier when we were testing this, I would come on and say KO4 EFS testing, KO4 EFS clear. Because I like to do it the way you're supposed to do it, you know. But if you do it the right way all the time, that's not good either. Okay, there we go. I'm changing this out, Joseph, because I don't trust this. I think this is a bad connector. So I'm going to take a few of these connectors out, and I'm going to use a different pigtail. I know this pigtail's good. I used it on vacation. Okay, so now
the other thing you can do is if you if you take your handheld and put it on simplex, put it on the repeater's frequency, and put the tone in and transmit, it still doesn't light up. That means that it's probably on the wrong channel, and you'll just have to turn the knob in the middle until it starts working, because that could have been what happened.
Let me
don't do anything yet.
Let me just click it one more time here.
Oh. This is like me when I do a project. It's the exact same thing that happens to me. It's stuff falling off the table.
I had this happen to me the other day. I was working on something.
Start trying to walk away, and just like the whole desk just comes with you.
Yeah. Please understand that the language use adult discretion in use of language on the air.
I do.
I see this is a Friday night just like usual.
Yep, sure is. It's been a while since you've been on here, John.
Yeah, been a while. You got the usual crowd on here.
Yeah.
It did this last night. I couldn't get the repeater, and now it's doing it again tonight. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sticking it out and clicking it, but I'm no longer getting a I'm no longer getting a click back. Is there anybody out there that can get the 775 and just do a quick radio check on there? I think I saw. Yeah, the green light's blinking. Yeah, we've got green light, dude.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we got
it.
Yes.
It's on the radio?
As they say in the military, we've got tone and lock.
There's the lights on the radio, though. It's green, right?
It's the little light on the radio. Yeah, right there.
I couldn't see that on the camera.
Yeah, it came on.
Okay.
Testing. Yeah, it just came on.
Yeah, it's working. Okay, great. It's working.
There he is.
All right, that's good news.
I can tell that's K4RAB because it's green.
There you go.
Oh no, wait, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so all right, so there we go. Now we've got now what we got to do.
Okay, so next step, man, that whole thing came apart. That red light is supposed to be attached to the side with a little clip, but don't worry about it.
Oh, this thing here?
Yeah, there's like a clip there on the side of the box, isn't there?
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
not.
yeah, it's right here.
The tape. Yeah, that's supposed to hold it down. Man, this thing got pretty shaken up.
It was pretty shooken up too, I can tell you that. Okay,
All right.
so where are we going?
All right, so plug in the sound card. I would plug it into the top port right next to the Ethernet port on the Pi. Then you'll see a bunch of lights start going on that as well.
It'll load up the driver and all
Yep.
that.
And then at this point, I would also plug in your Ethernet cable. Careful with that, plugging that in. Make sure it should be fine, but we'll set it up for your Wi-Fi so you don't have to have this cable going.
Y'all stop buzzing. All right, I've got like 9 blinking lights in here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're getting there.
Yeah.
2 or 3 more lights, and I'm talking to the space shuttle.
Yeah.
That they don't fly anymore.
Starting to like the set of the 80s sci-fi shows. All of them.
I think it's funny that right up till 1980, they thought computers were going to be boxes with blinking colored lights on them.
Technically, they weren't wrong because a pixel is technically a blinking colored light.
Yeah, it's just there was about 18 million more of them. All right.
We went even further than they expected.
Commodore 64 came along and the VIC-20.
Yeah. Oh, I love my 64, man. 64. Can you imagine 64 carats of memory, man? It was awesome.
64K.
That was like a whole document.
The first computer.
Anyway.
Commodore PET. Remember the Commodore PET? It looked like a white Darth Vader.
Yeah, and if you thought the Commodore didn't do much, you should see what the scaled down version did. Anyway, all right, so we're blinking here. The next thing would be are you going to IP into this thing or what?
So the next step is to figure out the IP address of that Raspberry Pi on your network.
Oh, crap.
You can try. Oh, what? It's report. Oh, wait, the thing is already online. I forgot. We don't even need to do that because it's on. If we want to make it work with Wi-Fi, we will need to do that. But right now, the node is actually showing up. So if I connect these two, I should be able to talk right now, actually. It's not connected. Hold on. I think I'm trying to remember the command here. I think it's *3 and then node number. And what's my node? 5, 4, 2, 8, 5, 0. See if that works. If I remember correctly, I always had to do it from that device's. This thing doesn't like to work. Like first, like on the
connected. Are you running through firewalls or how is this working?
No, what I have to do is I have to enter in a DTMF command here on my end to connect to that. The problem is this box I built, it never wants to. The only DTMF command it recognizes is the node status command. That one there recognizes all the commands. This one only recognizes node status. And I've had this problem so many times and I don't know what causes it.
And being such a great friend, you sent me the good one.
Yes. Which I got to log into this. Hold on. I may have the login here saved on my phone, actually. I'm going to log into the Allstar thing. I'm not logging into any of your stuff. I'm just going to log into.
I was just wondering, do these talk to a central server somewhere or do they talk direct to one another?
I'm not 100% sure how that works. I think it's a central server, but I'm not 100% sure.
That may have a bearing on it too. If you're behind a firewall, one's not going to be able to find the other.
Yeah, well, it's showing up as online here on the Allstar node list. So,
okay. Well, that may be an indicator.
Who is this? Hey, who let the baby out?
Ooh.
Hi. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. Hang on. Trying to connect to it here on my end. The mobile apps never work very well. Like the one you're supposed to use is called DV Switch. Like the node was fully functional. I was able to connect to it from everything else except for that app, and it would connect for like a split second, and I'd hear audio and then just disconnect. So that's not working. So I got to connect to this from. Oh, you know why? Because the IP address has changed. I do need your IP address. I need your external IP address.
Yeah, I'm.
So it's really easy to get that. So just open your web browser and Google what is my IP, and that should give you. It'll say your IP address, and it'll say your public IP address, and I need that. You may want to text that number to me if you don't want the YouTube and everything to know your external IP address. I would suggest you text that to me privately.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. I don't want y'all signing into my computer and uploading a bunch of porn.
They're not going to be able to sign in.
No, I know how you guys are.
Giving it to Ukrainian hackers. You know?
There you go.
Yeah, Rick's the kind of person who would do that.
I think Rick is a Ukrainian hacker.
Oh my goodness.
They're in there.
Hacking the Ruskies. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Oh, crap. Let me do this and hit the little thingy there and hit that and this other thing. And then hit that. Remember how it used to be one button? Now it's 7? Do you notice that every update means that you have to press more buttons to get the same thing done?
Yes.
Because screwing up your workflow is what makes them happy.
Making it where it doesn't work. That's called innovation.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I just sent it to you, dude.
Okay, thank you. I'm entering the launch command right now.
The self-destruct code is 011A1B3.
Ground control the major tom.
All right, let's see if I can connect.
You didn't do it right. It's ground control to major tom.
There you go.
It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta do it like that.
Give it a little more British.
You want to upset our UK friends. Speaking of, where's Dave? Dave 7. Dave 3, Dave 9, whatever his number is. We have so many names. We assign numbers.
We have Dot here and Dave Nicholson. Dot.
I am actually, after all, I forgot because it'll show up on the list, but you can't connect to it unless you port forward the port. So we are going to have to go through all the steps we were going to have to go through anyway. So,
Allstar. If you log on here with something like Dot, we're going to poke fun of you like we poked fun of that guy H one night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, H. So what are you doing now?
I'm trying to get into my network settings.
Okay.
But it's requiring me to sign in on a different browser.
H. I think H is Dot.
Maybe it is.
I think that's H.
H equals Dot.
I think so. Also, I heard John talking earlier, but I just don't see John in Zoom. And I couldn't see him even when he was talking. So it's like he's here, but he's not. He's invincible. He's invisible.
Oh my God. This is just turning out to be a nightmare night here.
No.
You don't want to sound like that guy Dave on the
I hate Xfinity. Everything they do is just a complicated mess. I'm trying to get signed in now and it's not letting me sign in. It keeps saying it doesn't recognize my address.
Comcast is brain dead anyway.
Oh my God. It's signed in another browser, but it says that browser is too out of date to use.
What browser is it?
Opera.
Too out of date. Whatever.
But anyhow,
Bull pucky to me.
I
now-
got a preamplifier here that whenever I turn it on, my signal gets worse.
It's probably because
Explain
it
that.
brings up more noise.
No, it drops the noise and it drops the signal too. Like
That's
it's
an
this.
attenuator.
Yeah, it's what it is at this point. I have this Lunar Electronics 80-watt amplifier for 2 meters. And when I turn this thing on, boop, there goes your signal. Goodbye. Transmitter works, although apparently that's a common failure in these things, and it's like a bad transistor or something.
Some type of design flaw.
Yeah. I gotta build my own amplifier. I was looking at 1,000-watt amplifiers you can get, and it's got like a crazy transistor in it, and it takes like 65 volts or something, and you power it, and it puts out 1,000 watts on 2 meters.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that's what I need. Say, if the band's not open, I'll open it.
You can cook hot dogs with that.
Yeah. For actually though.
I am looking at a little amplifier by an outfit called Hobby PCB. It's for taking the 5 watts out of a
God
PLC
bless.
and kicking it up to 50 watts. But they can't. They got out of stock parts. Man, it's probably sitting on one of those boats that's sitting off the California coast
Yep.
in a holding pattern.
Mm-hmm. Just sitting there. Still having problems. It's saying it doesn't recognize your login. Well, hey, if you go into Opera, you should be able to see your saved logins.
You'd think.
This thing will not recognize any command except for *70. Then it reports it.
Node 5428551. Repeat only.
Yes, that works. And then I do anything like *80 is supposed to report the time. It's not going to work. Literally, the only command it recognizes is that. I don't know why.
Must be some type of table where your commands are disabled or something.
I guess, but I just don't. I've looked up this problem. I looked at the tables. All the normal default ones are there. I didn't do anything to the configuration. And I've reinstalled the SD card firmware. I reflashed it, and it still has the same problem. It only recognized one command, and this has happened ever since I started building these boxes. It does that. Some of them work great.
All right.
Logged in there?
Yes, I think I've gotten somewhere. Comcast is still a bunch of bastards, but I think I got it. I believe this is where I need to be. Port forwarding.
Yes. So port forwarding. Add port forward, select the device. So you're going to look for something that says, it'll either say KM4OVZ.
Boy, I got a lot of stuff connected.
Can you scroll in that menu? Because it would.
No, that's it. I know it's not that. I'm not sure. I think that's our TV.
No, that it would be named KM4OVZ-Allstar. And that's not on that list. The thing it's plugged into now, did you say you have a separate?
Yeah, it's a Linksys device.
So select that Linksys and then add the port forward to the Linksys, and then you're gonna have to log into the Linksys and add the port forward to. Well, hold on, you didn't tell it a port.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Oh, it'll let you edit it. Just give it a second.
Just let it get to its La La Land.
Just hit edit.
0.6 edit.
Port number, set that to, hold on. That needs to be set to 4569.
Okay, TCC key.
That's what you got to do there. Then you got to log into the Linksys. So that would be the way to do that would not be to Google, because that's not going to be like
Yeah, it is. They're all the same usually.
Well, do you have like an account? Like I know with Xfinity, you have to use their web account, but most routers you log in directly over the network. You don't.
Log into the router.
Yeah,
Which-
but the problem is this computer's not connected to that.
Right. So you're gonna have,
You got
But
two
I've got another computer over here that is.
yeah, you're probably gonna have to go on that computer and do it.
because you're gonna have whatever your router is to the outside world.
Actually, if you just go into Xfinity again and you get the IP address of the Linksys box, you should just be able to type that in your browser and do it that way. I believe that worked. 10.0.0.6. I would just try typing that in your browser.
That's a private IP number.
Oh, would that not work?
Probably not work. It's not routable.
Okay. Never
You're
mind
gonna
then.
have a number on your end, Joseph, like 176.5.4.3 or something like that, and then which would be a public IP address, and the same on Ian's end. So
Right.
you've got to get to where, and you've got to get the
Well,
two
every time I've needed to get in before, I type in I just do something like that, and it comes up.
Okay. Do what you're comfortable with. Let's see if we can find out anything.
See, this would only work if you're, yeah.
192.
I mean, that is how you would normally do it, but you have to do it on a computer where you're
Yeah. Okay.
Plugged in.
192.168.1.
Which I am on this other one. 192, 168,
That's a private.
.1.1.
Yeah.
You think my feeble brain would have been able to remember that last part? Oh Christ! It's asking me for a password, a username and password.
so unless you're probably gonna have to look on the bottom of the box. On the actual physical box, you're gonna have to
Admin.
look. Default password is admin. The default user is probably also admin.
Probably need to change that. Russian hackers.
Yipper.
Nope, didn't work.
Does it ask for a password and a username?
Yeah, it says please sign in, username and password.
So if you know that you've never changed that yourself, then you're gonna have to look on the bottom of the box, and it should say default name, default pass, and it'll be like a goofy, really complex password.
And sometimes the password is just left blank. What kind of Lexus box is this?
It's an old one.
WRT54?
It's a
Two antennas on the back with the blue face?
yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, just admin and then no password, nothing. Just leave it blank.
And I changed that.
Nope.
Okay. Well, you can always. Have you ever done any kind of special settings for this thing? Because you can always hit the reset button and blow everything away and start all over again fresh.
Well, let's do that because I don't have any real special settings or anything in it.
Okay, so there's a reset button on the back. You need to hold it in for like 30 seconds.
All right.
Now, before you do that, are you doing this session through this router, or are you going another?
No.
No. Okay.
No, we're good. I'm glad you mentioned that, but yes, no, we. Christ, I think we're all right.
The other thing I was going to ask you is, does this router have a public IP address? I mean, it sounds like you've got more than one router, and one of them is inside of the other. You've got one which comes directly off the cable modem.
Right.
The cable modem may actually be your router. I don't know what your setup is. What you're gonna
Yeah, the cable modem is the router.
Okay. you're gonna have to log into the cable modem and set up the port forwarding there.
which we did.
Okay.
And now we're trying to get into the Linksys. I'm hitting it and some of the lights go off and come back on again. I'm holding it for a while
While
though.
resetting.
Yep. Yeah, 30
All right.
seconds is a long time, but yeah.
You said 30 seconds. I'd say 30 seconds has elapsed.
Yeah, well, I held it in definitely for more than 30 seconds.
Okay, now you got to wait for all the blinking lights to blink and quit and stabilize, and then you can try that 192.168.1.1 again. I only had at one time I had like 45 of those blue Linksys WRT54 Wi-Fi routers, so I could do ham radio mesh
Yeah.
on those.
Well, I got this one at the swap shop. He gave it to me for like $5.
Okay.
Nope, it's still not taking that.
Hmm.
All right, power it down and
Okay,
then.
I got it. It was admin. Okay, what do we need to do here?
All right. You are going to want to go back to you're going to want to go to devices list. And you're going to try and look for the KM40VZ device.
Members.
Wireless.
It would be wired, under wired.
DDNS. MAC address. Advanced routing.
Probably that's going to be, yeah.
That's gateway.
Yeah, make sure it's set up for your cable modem as the gateway on that one. And you probably when you get done, you're going to have to reset your device there, because it's probably taking a DHCP address from that Linksys router, and that's not going to be good anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
all right.
spend a little bit of time tinkering with this stuff.
What computer is that you're using right now? Is that one on TeamViewer that I could log into?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's either one or two. I think it's one.
Let's see here.
No, it's
No,
it's the other one. It's the other one. If that one
only-
doesn't work, though, I can do it on that one.
I only see Ian Dell PC1-F Mark as being online. All the others are offline for me.
All right. Well, let me find the mouse. Jesus.
I just
Can you log into the other one?
Yes.
Either one or two, whichever ones you can see.
I'm on one.
All right. If you log into that one, yeah, you're in there. Oh, just open Opera and we'll start it in there. I can't find a mouse to that computer, but since you're in there,
I clicked Opera. It hasn't popped up yet. I'm waiting.
it takes a while. You can stop that broadcast. It'll speed it up a little bit. We can turn it back on and we're done.
I'm not gonna miss the broadcast. Oh, let me. I'll share screen. Well,
You can get rid of those gauges too. Just right click exit. Get rid of those gauges, and because they'll stay on top.
I might share my screen here because none of the information that it would show would be public.
Yeah, I don't really care. It's not that big a deal.
All right. Me too.
Because the main one is the main one, and this is a secondary one. All right. Do you need that number? It's
I know what it is.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of this on the other computer so that we don't have any conflicts.
Why does that not work? I cannot. I can click it.
Mm.
All right, let me find. Hold on. It may be because this other keyboard's down here.
Oh, now I think it's working. Yeah, it is. Oh, that messed it way. What's happened? 192.168.1.1. Go. Username. Admin. That's not admin. It's reading erroneous clicks here. I'm going to share this because this is important. Okay. Admin. I'm going to say yes, save that. Okay, so router name, blah, 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 blah. We need to go to, we can go to wireless, but that's not really what we want. We want a list of connected devices.
So you guys have probably been making fun of me for 2 minutes.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Router, local network, and wireless.
There's Dave. Bloody hell. What's up, buddy?
Trivial Pursuit night.
Well, we're having a little bit of that here. We're
Yeah.
having router Trivial Pursuit now.
Oh, okay.
The answer is 167.145.1.3.5.
Correct. Application.
That's a real IP address.
Yeah, it's an application, but it needs to. So maybe back in the other tab that said application, maybe that's what I need to be looking at. I thought I saw something that said applications. And I
All
was
right.
like, that's not.
Joseph, I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, we try to nerd.
We may need Dallas, we may need your help on figuring out where the menu is in this router for listing all the connected devices.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Because
Yep, see, there it is, WRT54G. So you want to know what devices are connected to it, huh?
yes.
So see, problem is when I get one of these, 99.9% of them, I blow away all of this code that's in there and I replace it with the mesh software.
Oh.
Okay.
It's no longer the same kind of box.
Yeah, I know what you mean. These are not buttons that you can
You can
click.
also get stuff like tomato and some of these others to put in these.
Tomato.
Yes. Yeah.
Put tomato on my router.
Tomato.
I never did like tomato, but there's a lot of people that liked it. And there's another one out there that's
There's a couple others.
Like this seems like it should show it. Active IP table, that would seem like it would list the devices. But I don't see anything. Over
All right,
here.
this thing for sure has two Ethernet interfaces, doesn't it?
The, what,
no,
router?
it's got
he's running the same type of setup I'm running, which is a router that is in one place and then another router plugged into that acting as a sort of wireless bridge.
Oh, so you're trying to use this as a, so you're doing this wireless.
No, we're currently connected with Ethernet.
I thought you were hooked to Ethernet. That's why I was saying there should be another Ethernet. There should be.
yeah, but see, he most probably has his main router out. It's over in the house,
Yeah,
so that they
correct.
can watch television, and everybody in the house has internet. And then he's ran an Ethernet
There's
cable
gotta have-
out to this ham
And there's
shack.
got to have to be a port forward on that main
There is.
router.
I found it. I found the port forward. I just have to figure out what the IP of the Pi is at this point. And I'm still trying to find it. Click local network and click client table. That's what I clicked, and I didn't see any connected devices on it.
Oh, weird.
Well, you got to make sure that when he hit that reset button, that he hasn't disconnected something.
Yeah.
That's probably the
He
problem.
needs to reset the Raspberry Pi because it doesn't have a currently usable IP address.
I think that's what's going on.
Yeah, he needs. Yeah, the word I use for that
So
is
you're gonna
bounce.
have to get a DHCP address from this thing.
Yeah, he needs to shut down and restart the Pi, and not have him shut down and restart the Linksys box. That way, they, if you did the Linksys box first, then
He's got
and let it get it rebooted.
Yeah.
Then do the Pi. Then the Pi will be given an IP address.
I forgot where to go to find the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did the thing go to find what I want? I forgot where the menu is that I want.
Yeah, that's
There it
good.
is. Yeah,
All
see,
right.
it's not showing anything.
I had you guys up in the other room. I heard that there might be a loose connection, so I'm checking that first. Yes, there was at least one plug that was not fully seated. Do you want me to reset? What do you want me to reset?
Can you turn off the Raspberry Pi and turn it back on just to unplug the whole thing and plug it back in?
Okay.
Probably better to do a orderly shutdown.
All right, there we go. It's resetting.
Because you should see the IP address that it gives it on the table there. It'll give the DC.
There it is.
Okay.
We've got a winner.
101. Sweet.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I am going to also. I want to also reserve this IP so it never changes.
I hear some. Sounds like.
Aliens.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
Going on there.
It was a little crackly, buzzy sound.
Yeah. I was going to say, shall I call the fire department?
Where's the option to reserve an IP address? This menu is so confusing.
Yeah.
Go back to where you were at when you first did that other thing, because it was right there.
Yeah, you might be able to go ahead and DHCP.
Go to the client table.
Down there. DHCP clients table.
Yeah,
Click that.
yeah, it's here, but I can't do anything in here. There's another menu for doing.
What's the checkbox for?
See, DHCP reservation,
There you go.
network setup.
You should be able to take. You're gonna have to do it with the MAC address, but yeah, you can do that.
What does this button do? DHCP release. Oh dear, it doesn't do any. Doesn't do what we want. So I don't know where that would be. I mean, this is where I need to put in my IP here. So start 4569, end 4569, protocol both. Oh, never. Okay, that's not right. Application Allstar. IP address 192.168. What was it? 0.
I thought it was
1?
101.
Yeah, 1921.
I think
Or is
I
it
came up
101?
Yeah.
I think it was 101.
Enable, save settings.
So that right there should make it so that I can now connect on the phone. Let me try and connect here. Connect. I don't
You can delete all those video nasties he's got while you're there.
Oh, DV Switch Mobile just sent me a notification as soon as I did that. So maybe it was starting to work. DV Switch Mobile has just gotten so glitchy now. Still just says unregistered. Patient drunk. Connect. Why won't you connect? I mean, this is node. I did that, and you already did. Yeah, 4569. You already did that on your. Did we get the IP right?
Yeah, you might want to check that.
Yeah, it's 101.
Yeah,
So that's correct. 4569 to 4569 protocol, both 192.168.101. That is all correct. That should be fine. So the only thing that could be a problem is, but we already set that up. So that should be fine. I mean, it should be working at this point. but it's probably a problem on my end because this app just never works right. And since I can't connect to, my node won't accept commands. I'm going to actually install IAX RPT on my Windows, on my Linux. That's what I used to talk into Miami for 8 million years. Let's try it out here.
It's a shame they trashed that repeater.
Yeah, they had some real trouble
They had some
making
real issues over there.
Oh dear me. Maybe I'll share this here. I have to get this. I believe it was the directory or was it accounts? Yeah, it was accounts. So the host, I got to enter all this information again. Username was my phone dash IAXRPT. Password was type simplex. That all should be correct. Colin Florida says.
Florida.
Oh, I messed that up. Oh, whatever.
I don't think it matters.
No, it doesn't. But it's still not connecting for whatever reason. Touch key logs, both functions done. Is active in another call. See, it should say state okay. It should say state okay. Disconnect. Yeah, call attempt failed. So why did it fail? I don't know what's wrong. It shows up on the node list just fine.
You're going through two routers, I know that. And that may be.
Well, that's the same exact thing I'm doing here at the house, and it's working. So.
And you got it working? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to do that.
I could see the node online.
You just got two sets of port forwarding to go through.
Right. Oh, and the whole thing goes up. Connect. So something in here is not right. I guess it could be the password, but I don't. No, I know the password for this, and I typed it in correctly.
That's always a problem with me.
Although it should tell me like unauthorized if
Yeah.
I do it wrong. So that it would tell me all I oh, wait a minute.
Or password or incorrect or something. Yeah.
Right. It would say that. But it just says calling. So that makes me think it's still a connectivity issue. And the problem is because it shows up already on the list, I don't have really any other way of diagnosing what's wrong. There was something in here I thought about like changing the port. And the port is the default port though, so I shouldn't have to change that.
Maybe under options.
Port is correct. 4569. Yeah, that's what it should be.
4569.
Failed to connect it. Ian, can you
Yes.
take your a radio that's able, or even Rick, if whoever can key up the repeater. I don't know if that repeater blocks PL tones or not, but if it does, try doing on your DTMF pad, do *70 into the repeater and see what happens.
Got a green light.
This case.
you do *70, it should report status. And the repeater. Oh, I was changing.
That's me chucking the repeater.
So we should get a red light then, right?
Yeah, it would turn
You
red.
said *70.
Yeah, *70.
This K4 REB.
Yeah, I think the repeater is probably blocking the PL tone. So my recommendation.
I don't think it puts a PL tone through. You're talking about DTMF.
Sorry, the DTMF tone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The repeater may be filtering that out, and so it's not actually getting to the receiver. So Ian, what you need to do is get your radio, put it on simplex, or just leave it on, put it on 775,
Put
it into simplex with no offset. Tell it to have no offset, and then tell the radio to transmit 136.5 tone, and try that, and then type in the command, and it should enunciate over the repeater.
Yeah, but I have no idea how to set the radio to do that. I don't think let me see. I think I have a reverse setting in here. Let me see.
It would say TDR would be the menu entry for offset. No, SFD or SFT plus D or something like that. Something SFT.
Hold on just a second. I got to go find that other radio.
I still don't know why I can't connect to this thing. It should be connected. Oh, what? Oh, now you recognize the command.
No, I don't hear anything here on the repeater.
Node 4, 5, 6, 8, 5. Connection failed.
No, not 4, 5, 6, 8, 5. Wrong tone.
Node 5, 4, 2, 8, 5, 0. Connection failed.
Yeah. Connection failed. So we still have some kind of problem here. It could still be that the router needs to be reset. Because the Comcast box.
Did he reset the Raspberry Pi?
Yes.
Okay.
And now it's still not working. But you may need to reset the Linksys box as well.
Make sure that it was picking up a DHCP address off the Linksys box.
All right.
Router ID and all that stuff in it.
Okay, I've got 775 reverse.
Okay.
That works. All right, so
okay.
Yeah, so what do you want me to hit?
Do you have your radio typing the PL tone though?
Yeah, it still has the PL tone.
Okay, then type
on the repeater.
Just type in *70 on the keypad while transmitting.
*70.
Oh, hold on, I gotta walk over.
Oh, your camera froze up.
Oh no, wait, I don't have to walk over there. What am I thinking? Duh. You can tell I've been up since 5 this morning. All right.
Oh, transmitting. What? What's the? Hold on, what did it just do? The radio transmitted for a minute, but what was it saying? Oh, I guess it was. What?
Something off the repeater.
Why did it transmitted for a second? The radio transmitted. But what was it transmitting? Receiving. I don't get it. What's? Huh? It's not it.
Excuse me.
Oh boy. So green, is it turning green? So right after the green light turns off, it should change to red and it should say node, blah, blah, blah. Man, I need to get into this box, but I can't. So can you reset the Linksys router? Unplug
Yes.
it and don't reset it, but unplug it and plug it back in.
Right, got it. I'm doing it now.
Also, your Manny cams appears to have died to some extent.
Here.
Well, no, it's I know what it is people have left the building and your spot moved.
Your camera still froze up though.
I'm basically capturing you off of the Zoom screen. I don't know why that camera quit. Reset that one. Crazy. Oh well.
What?
You know what? We don't need that camera anyway. It's just I had that camera set up to where I guess I'll just move it I'll just move the computer like this, and we'll just do it like that. All right, there we go. But I need to be able to reach over here to this and talk to you guys, and it's anyway. We got it. It'll work. That will work. And of course, Joseph's gone again. So now I got to figure out where he went. He keeps taking off on me. He keeps taking off on me. No, I know. I'm talking about on my screen.
Oh.
On the composite screen. There he is.
Okay. There he is.
All right. All right. So where are we at? What we got?
Can you unplug and plug in the Linksys router?
I did that already.
Okay. And can you go
and
back
it's rebooted.
It's rebooted fully by now?
Do you think we would need to reset my main router, the one that's connected? It's the cable systems.
I don't know for sure, but I doubt it.
I wouldn't think so.
Let me check again to see make sure it's still online. The problem still appears to be with port forwarding. So
Now, I'll ask you this. Is the address of the when you set up the port forwarding from the main router, is that set to forward then to the IP address of the Linksys router?
It is.
If you change the IP on that Linksys router, you're going to go nowhere.
Yeah. So can you go back to your Comcast and check that the Linksys router is still showing up?
Okay, let me find it here. There we go. All right. Let me get back to here. All right, I'm going to do a screen capture. All right. Let's see. I need to go to. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Okay, there we go. I want to go to you here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless it's changed. Can you refresh the page?
Port number 4569. I'm not sure that's right, but
Can you just delete that whole thing? Well,
4569.
that's the port it needs. 4569. I don't know. Can you go to your? Can you just hit edit?
0.6. Okay, the reserved IP
Device, Linksys device. Can you just hit delete this port forward and then try and add it again? Delete. Its IP may have changed.
Yeah.
Now hit add.
Add port forward.
And select one. Select Linksys device. Next. Same IP address as before, but still go ahead, hit edit, add the 4569.
569.
I did a thing. You can do a port check, which I did a second ago, and it said the port was closed, but it's always going to report that the port is closed if the thing is not like publicly accessible. Connect. It's still not wanting to connect. Well, I mean, okay. I had this problem before when I did this. See, we had the same exact configuration page and everything. Go in your Xfinity or your Comcast, and in there, somewhere in there, I don't know the exact name of it, is an option it says like security, or I'm not exactly sure what it was called, but it's probably going to tell you, hey, we blocked a bunch of incoming connections. And has to be, it's like called smart security or something, and it blocks stuff like this from working. And this happened. We have the same setup as you at the old house. Just go to my Xfinity or there. Yeah, that works fine. I'm not sure where exactly it would be, but you can go to the one that says home. Be my guess. No, not that. No, go back to overview. And the one that says Carlotta home. Or Carlotta, or however you say that.
Carlotta. That's my wife's name's Car, but that's her real name's Carlotta.
Okay. Advanced security, that's off, but scroll until you see the one that says link sees.
TV set.
There it is.
Okay.
If you click that, connected unassigned. Well, I don't think that matters. Yeah, don't assign that. It's just for parental controls. Could do device details. Operating system Windows 10. What?
Where they came out of that crazy stuff?
This is not really where I think it said it was already off, but I'm not sure. So go back out of here, back to the page you're on before. I think it was, it may have been in advanced security, but it also may have been in more. I can't remember. My services, maybe? I don't know. It was like smart. Yeah, see, this was on, but it's already off in your case. So I guess that's not the problem. Because that was the problem for us when we had it. And that wasn't it. This is frustrating. Oh, hang on. Let me try this other app here to see if this will maybe convince to connect. This is annoying. Save. No change. Hit register, doesn't work. Well, okay, it's not it's not getting port forwarded correctly. It's what it looks like.
You sure we don't need to reset or restart the main router?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think restarting it would help at all. Why is that not working? I can see it here on the node list. Oh, it's so frustrating. What could be the problem? I'm a bit of a loss here. You could try restarting the Pi again, I guess.
Yeah. The other thing we could try is I could put it in the room with the router and plug it in directly. We wouldn't be able to see it anymore, and I'd have to walk in the house to push buttons. But we know it's working now, all except this. I can go plug it directly into the router in there, and then we can come back out here and configure it, and I'll just leave it in there.
Yeah, that we can try that too.
I'm going to put a little antenna on it and see if that's enough. We'll have to see if it's enough. But anyway, I'll need about 5 minutes to do that, and we'll do it from there.
Yeah,
So
go
just-
ahead and do that, I
All right,
guess.
here we go. I think this is the problem. Is connecting this new router to this 10-year-old router to da. So
Very well
I
could
think
be.
that I've had issues connecting this thing to other things too. So let's just do this. I think this will fix it. And by putting it in there, it's going to help me with my desense issue as well. So, all right, let me go move that. You guys have fun while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
My box here has decided to start listening to commands now too, which is nice. I don't know if that's actually a valid command. I guess not.
Node 5, 4, 2, 8, 5, 1. Repeat only.
Repeat only. That's not a real command. So yeah, that's not working. Guess we gotta wait. It could be going through that router. I mean, that's kind of a very similar setup to what I have here at home, and that's what I did is just forwarded from the main router forward to the bridge router, and from the bridge router forward to the Pi, and that worked for me. But I'm also not super confident that the links is properly forwarded to the Pi.
I'm not sure it did either.
Go back in there.
What's he doing? Hooking the Pi directly to the Comcast router?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the next thing I would try.
That's
Okay, I've
probably
just
it.
removed the spotlight from me, and I'm going to be taking this into the other room. I just put a regular antenna on there, and we'll do this.
Maybe I'll do it. That'll probably do it. I can't think of any reason why that wouldn't work.
As long as the box was working before, it should work again.
Yep. And it's on, if it's on Ethernet, then there's, well, we're going to have to, when he comes back, we're still going to have him log into the Comcast again and port forward directly to the Pi box.
Right. Okay.
But after that, I really can't think of any reason why that shouldn't be working.
How well does the Wi-Fi on a Pi box work? Because he's inside his metal shed, and the other router is inside the house, I bet.
Yeah, but he's using Ethernet, so that shouldn't matter.
No, y'all are just talking about using the Pi is going to be done. You're going to talk to it via Wi-Fi.
Yeah, ultimately,
Okay, yeah.
ultimately, after we confirm that it's working over Ethernet, then we'll plug in the information for Wi-Fi, and then we'll unplug the Ethernet cable.
Okay, all right. So, but you're talking Wi-Fi from the Linksys box to the Raspberry Pi. It's both inside the ham shack.
Yeah, I believe that.
I think that's what he was saying, but if the Linksys is giving us the problem, then he'll have to connect it to his Comcast box in the house,
Yeah,
which he
well,
was
see,
kind
that's-
of saying he might do anyway. So
And the
Well-
shed is a Faraday cage, remember?
yes, and the
All right, it's in, and all the lights are on.
All right. Did you plug in an Ethernet?
Yes, Ethernet's
Okay.
plugged in, and then after that, I took a cool little antenna that works really good on 440 and just screwed it right onto your connector, and I sat the box upright on the dresser. So it should work. I mean, we should get a signal out to the repeater. It's all hooked up. All the lights came on in the right order, and even the green light on the radio blinked briefly. So
Wow.
I think we're good. Now, what do we do next? We go back to my
So, Go back to
Comcast.
Comcast, yeah, and you want to port forward directly to the Pi. This
It's so Comtastic. It's a Comtastic experience, man.
The Comcastic spastic.
Yeah, Comspastic experience.
Yeah, there you
Featuring the best Malaysian customer service around.
go.
All right, let's see where we're at here. I still don't
It's
see
not
it.
there.
I see Linksys device.
Just give it a minute. I mean, it kind of should have shown up by now, but why isn't it showing up?
All right, let me go check everything.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, no kidding. That is not fun. At least on the other one, we could see it.
This hacking session brought to you by the Southwest Florida Tech Group.
Yep.
We're all hackers now.
Yep. We're hacking so good, we hacked our own selves, and now we don't know how to fix it.
It's Comspastic's fault.
I don't know. Usually this stuff shows up okay when you plug it in with Ethernet.
Yeah.
So, although I have had a problem in the past actually with booting up the Pi with Ethernet plugged in, and the Pi would not recognize the Ethernet, and the lights would never come on the port.
Yeah.
Then you had to unplug it and plug it back in while the Pi was
You
on.
said that's a Pi 3, right?
I believe so. It may be a Pi 4 though. Hold on.
If it's a 3, you're going to be limited.
Okay, I confirmed everything. Everything's put right. Everything's in there right. I don't know what else to tell you. Refreshing.
A Pi 3, you're going to be limited to 384K, and that's not that bad. It's just
Nah, that's not bad.
Slightly different speed.
I think he has the 4. I think the 4 is what I put the
You
note
got to have
on.
a full gigabit Ethernet then.
I don't need it. I don't. Well, yeah,
You
but
don't need that.
we don't
much
need that.
bandwidth, But that's
Why isn't it showing up? What is not showing up? Do you know if the lights on the Raspberry Pi's Ethernet port lit up?
Yes.
They did, and the light
green and yellow, and the one on the back of the router lit up too.
So there's no excuse.
No, it's a brand new Ethernet cable too.
Yeah. Okay.
Short one.
Okay. Why is it not showing up then? It should be there. It was connecting to the Linksys box. Okay.
I know this is the kind of stuff I deal with all the time.
Yeah, let me see if it's showing up online here on Allstar.
We will figure it out sooner or later.
Yeah. It shows it's been online for 4 minutes and 29 seconds. How can it be online if Comcast does not even see the thing? It's connected. So it's connected to your router just fine. So I can't tell you why it's not showing up in your Comcast thing, but just go to the More tab and go to port forward, and maybe it'll show up in that list for whatever reason. It's showing up as online here, so it's got a connection.
It was here, right under more.
More and then port forwarding, I believe.
Huh. Where do we see that? It's not under this more right here.
Can you share your screen again?
Okay, let me do that. Hold on.
So it's not under more. If you hit more, my services. No, it's not there. Okay, then go to overview. Go to the one that says, yeah. No. Well, yeah. Hit C network on the one that says Carlotta Home. There it is. Advanced settings. That's where it is. Yep.
There it is.
Okay. Just delete that. Just delete that one.
Where was it there? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Somebody got something squealing.
There it is. It is. It's there. It's there. Hit go. What just happened?
For OVZ.
Hit. Just scroll down in this menu here. There you go. Port number 4569. And then that should be it. All right. So that should be working. I cannot think of any reason why that would not be working. Let me run the port checker thing here and see if it's open.
It'll actually work out better that this is in the spare bedroom in there. I'm just going to run a little antenna outside the window, and that'll put it on the other side of the house.
Wow, this is cool.
Oh, you sound more like me every day.
That should be working. I wonder if it's just not even booting inside the Pi correctly. I wonder if it's just like something is broken with the Pi install. We may have to VNC into it. Oh, wait. Nope. I connected. It's working. I'm connected. All right. We've gotten somewhere. Now, if I run this. Hold on. I forgot my node number. Star 3 5 4 2 8 5 0. Let's see what it says.
Node 5 4 2 8 5 0 connected to node 5 4 2 8 5 1.
We're connected. All right. Oh. It's stuck in its loop. I think because you placed that antenna so close to it, it's causing a problem.
You sure you didn't take away the offset? I don't see anything on.
All right, let me go in there and can you stop it? Let me go in there real quick and take that. I got to stop it before I take the antenna off.
Right. Just turn off the radio. Just flip the little switch on the radio.
I've got an extension cable here. I can get that antenna far away.
Okay, that should be.
I'm gonna have to use some adapters here and all that.
Yeah, two transmitters there or something. Maybe just sensing one another or something.
I might be able to shut it down from here. Try and get it to shut up.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, I'm for OVZ testing.
I think you're going over the radio.
Oh.
Oh, damn it.
Man, that's annoying. Down a little bit.
Damn it, I don't.
I'm really stuck in the loop, man. Yeah, I figured that might happen if the antenna was too close to the.
Didn't you say this is what happened before?
Yep. That's what happened to me. Same problem. Okay, for OVZ testing.
No, I'm not hearing anything here on the repeater.
Yeah, it's stuck in there. If you port forward, I don't know if Ian can still hear me or not. If you port forward the port I put in there for SSH, I can remote into the box.
Yeah.
Actually, I can do that from TeamViewer. I should be able to do that from TeamViewer.
Yeah.
If I do VNC viewer, I'm going to turn that volume down because that is annoying. I'm going to share this screen.
Oh, you can get into.
I'm going to try and VNC into this thing because.
That might be better than using SSH.
Yeah. Actually, I can't VNC into this. What am I thinking? I have to SSH in.
Repeater. I don't know for what that.
Yeah, it's that box.
Yeah.
It's what's keying the repeater. I have to SSH into here. That's not gonna work. Oh wait.
You're not gonna be able to resolve that.
No, because it's on the other network.
You may have to use an IP address.
I'd have to use. I don't know what the IP is on the Comcast system.
You're gonna have to use the public IP address because that is a private IP address.
Yeah, this is not gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work because you can't go backwards through a network bridge. You can sometimes go forwards, but you can't go backwards. But that's not gonna work. Yeah, really the only way I'd be able to get into it is if I was on Ian's main computer, which is connected to his main router, then I could get into it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it stopped freaking out. I think he's doing something. Yeah, you put that antenna too close to the wires, and I put a little RF choke on there, but it still has a problem.
Probably desensing it or something.
Yeah, it causes a voltage to appear on the lines, and then the software thinks it's being keyed, and then it keys the radio, and then it unkeys, and it sees itself being keyed. It just makes an endless loop.
Node 5428551. Node 5428550. Transceive.
Still connected. You just turned the radio off. Can you key up the repeater for a second, Rick? Let me see if I can hear you. You may still have the radio off. Yeah, it's not coming through here yet.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I moved the antenna up about 8 inches away from the box, and I pushed it, to where it's as far away as I can get it. And I turned the radio back on, and now everything's powered up. I reset everything. Everything's powered up, but the radio's not blinking or anything.
So when I key up here, I'm 40BZ testing. I don't hear me down there. KM4OVZ testing. Oh, that's Rick testing it. Yeah, I'm not hearing Rick. You aren't hearing me.
KO4 EFS testing on reverse.
Nope, not hearing that. So something right. Let's see here.
Let me see it. We'll make sure the radio is received.
2 minutes, 13. Transmit time, 8 seconds. Let me do another report here.
Node 5, 4, 2, 8, 5, 1. Node 5, 4, 2, 8, 5, 0. Transmit.
It's still connected. Something's on the radio now. Oh, did he get the... He should use that little stock antenna I gave him. There was a little antenna in there in the package. I don't know if he said he was using it or not. Do y'all know the node number for like the East Coast reflector? I could at least test that on this node. Let me look it up.
You'd have to look it up.
East Coast reflectors. What would that be? Oh.
Node 5, 4, 2, 8, 5, 0.
Ooh.
Disconnected.
Oh, it disconnected. Okay, so we did something. IRLP, would that be 89050?
I thought this was something other than IRLP.
It's, I don't know what it is. 89050. That's not a node. Two 7339. Let's try that.
Node 2, 7, 3, 3, 9. Connected to node.
So now my
5,
node is on the
4,
East Coast
2,
reflector.
8, 5, 1.
KM4OVZ testing. Can somebody give me a signal report? I can monitor. Oh,
I'm clearing Kingsland, Georgia, W1KFR.
it's working. My node is working.
I heard
Kilo
somebody-
Mike 4, Oscar Victor Zulu. Is that me coming through? Hold on. KM4OVZ clear. I need to disconnect myself.
See, I'm bringing up the 44475 repeater.
W1KFR clear.
I think star 10 disconnects.
Node 2, 7, 3, 3, 9. Disconnected.
There we go. So you're hearing Ian. He's saying something.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any audio. It's just a very weak signal.
node 5428550 connected to node 5428551.
What did he say? KM4OVZ testing.
I think I heard you on the.
Now it's stuck in a loop. It's stuck in a loop again. Oh,
crap.
Kind of get out of loop. I'm not hearing anything coming from him.
I thought I heard Ian there, but it's not on the repeater. It's coming through the Zoom session.
So what are we hearing then? I think he's transmitting with a handheld, maybe?
I
Let me
don't
try again. Kilo Mike 4. Can you hear me? I'm trying to see if I can hear myself. Can you hear me?
It's weak, but I can hear you on the repeater. It's not coming. The audio is not real good though.
Kilo Mike 4, Oscar Victor Zulu testing. Well, I can fix the audio volume.
You're able to key the 444775 of that.
I'm not hearing anything from the 77. Can you key it, Rick? I'm going to see if I can hear you because so far I've heard.
This is K4RAB.
Yeah, I don't hear anything coming from you yet.
Yeah.
Does the 775 put out a PL tone? I think it does.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's a big problem.
I could be wrong though.
I feel like I remember it not putting out a tone.
I don't think it does.
Because the light on the radio will light up regardless of whether it's opening the squelch or not. It does that for any signal. Let me verify that. I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna
think it transmits because some of these repeaters around here will, you're required to send a PL tone, but it's not going to repeat it. It doesn't come through. Okay, something's bringing the repeater up now.
And that was me. Now it's stuck in a loop again. But I got out of the loop. Okay, so that radio we programmed in the tone. That may be the problem. The repeater may not be putting out a tone. Although I feel like I remember the 775 putting out a tone. Let me double check here because I have it saved.
Now I've got mine programmed not to listen for the tone.
I don't know what he's saying. I can't really hear him very well. At least we got the network part figured out.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere. Y'all can kind of hear me. Oh, I heard something there.
I don't know if that's Ian or not.
I think it is.
I think it is too, but
just top hand.
Guys, I'm going to say good night. I'm got to get up at the Cracker Sparrow Fort tomorrow and get the stuff ready for the Florida QSO party.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do just
We're running our station down in Naples at the north end of the airport on Horseshoe Drive.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, good luck with that.
yeah, I think we've got 2 or 3 stations up, depending on how many people turn up.
I'm gonna try to
But-
operate some QRP here on CW and see how that
Yeah.
goes.
So I'll save what I got this week for next week, except
All
there's one quick thing you might want to look at. There is a Zoom channel, no, a YouTube channel called Ryan Hall You All.
Oh, we know.
I put that out about a week or two ago in the newsletter. It's great.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
awesome.
He's on live at the moment because they're having all that crap up in the middle of the country. So, okay, well, you've got that. That's good.
That's the
Yeah,
way.
you know, he's a professional weatherman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's the
I
real
I really like him. I watch him quite a bit actually because I can't stand the way mainstream meteorology is done.
Ah,
It's just
and east of El Dorado.
and yeah, and
It's wrapping up.
see if I can give you guys a little bit of an example here. Can you hear that?
Might be imminent here.
Yeah.
This is what you got on Ryan Hall,
The
y'all.
one that caused the
Some
tornado.
tornadoes out there with that.
This thing is not playing around. Okay,
He's got a great
gonna
studio
continue
there.
those
It's really
tornadoes
cool.
until this big line comes over here and tells it to stop.
That's just
But seriously, like this line's going to crash into it and disrupt the perfect harmony that this supercell has.
All right, I'm going to mute him. Basically, he's got a great studio there. There's like 3 workstations. The lights change colors when things happen. It's really cool. It's right up my alley. He will put up as many different storm chasers as he can get. Ooh, there's a couple right there. There's a couple.
Yeah, you got a couple of tornadoes there.
Yeah. I put him on a lot on one of my screens and just leave him going because I love to follow severe weather like this. So he's on quite a bit. I strongly recommend him. It's Ryan Hall, y'all.
yeah.
It's crazy
Okay.
name.
I must have missed that in your newsletter, but I was trying to look for this storm up north and came across him, and he's really good. All right, well, I'm going to wish you all best of luck for the Florida QSO party, and maybe we'll catch you on the air, and if not, we'll catch you next week. All right, so I'll say 73 all.
All right, 7-3. Oh, there's a couplet. Look at that. Oh, right there. All right, hey, Joseph, it's stuck open again. I'm gonna have to go back in there.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Was there an antenna in the box with the box?
I don't think so. No,
Because there should be like a mag mount antenna.
there was no antenna in there with it.
Okay, well, then
I'm gonna go stop it because it's just transmitting away.
Yeah, I'm getting a signal on the repeater, but there's no audio.
yeah, it's just sitting there freaking out because of the. Oh goodness.
Okay, that's got it.
Okay. That has to be put on a different antenna. And since I can't hear y'all, then there's something up with the receive side of things. So we have to check that out.
I think if we get that, I really believe that if we get that antenna out of the room, I think it would be all right.
Yeah, that would fix it. I know the problem. We just don't have the. I know the problem. The other issue is that I can't hear the repeater at the moment. So like Rick was keying up and it was not coming through on my end. Y'all can hear me. I still have to play with the audio level.
Well, I got the radio turned all the way down because I was worried because I was trying to get it. Let me go turn the volume.
Wait. That radio, the volume knob doesn't do anything.
Oh.
I bypassed that potentiometer. The volume knob just turns it on and off. The volume is independent.
Oh, okay.
So that knob just doesn't really do anything. Okay, yeah. So it needs to be put on a different antenna that's further away from the box, and we may need to reprogram the radio and get rid of tone squelch because I can't hear anything from the repeater. Now I know that repeater puts out a tone because I checked in my old files from Florida. I had the tone and it has tone squelch enabled. So it should be working, but it's not. So like when y'all key up, like if Rick keys up, it doesn't come out on this end and I don't hear the ID. I don't hear anything. So we need to delete that tone squelch, I think.
Okay. Now the question is, are we going to do this tonight? Or are we going to, we've already been on over 2 hours.
Yeah.
We can get this figured out and we can come back and we'll have topic this next week.
Well, I want to use it though. It should only take us.
Well, no, we're going to get it fixed over the weekend, but we'll get it working over the weekend and then we'll just let everybody know what we did.
All right. That's fine.
Because we're down to not that many of us anyway. There's 5 of us left. And I'm tired and I know everybody else is tired. Um, I'll be honest. My biggest decision I'm trying to make right now is I've got all my entire shack is destroyed. I tore it all out for vacation, and it's all a mess anyway. And tomorrow's the Florida QSO party, and I don't know if I want to get up in the morning and come out here and try to just get some crap hooked back up to get on there.
Yeah, it doesn't start till noon, but you're gonna need if you're not prepared, you're gonna need to do that.
Well, I gotta figure out the logging. The logging is always the most difficult part of any of these things. I always have such a hard time with the logging. The last 2 contests I tried to do, I went through the process, I set everything up, and the contest starts and it errors out, it won't log. And so I try for 2 hours or so, and if I can't get it, then I give up and I just don't do the contest. And the last 2, I've almost gotten to the point where I don't care about contests anymore because I have such a hard time getting any kind of logging software to work for me that I just give up. So I one of them was an FT8 contest, but you have to run it through N1MM. You can't run it straight off of WSJTX.
Yeah.
Well, my WSJX doesn't talk to my M1NN, nor does it set up or anything else. I tried for hours and couldn't get it working. So it's frustrating, man. You know, every time I see a place where I can put comments about these contests, my comments are always the same. Don't make it so damn complicated. Why does it have to be so damn complicated? There's just no reason for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
but whatever. I would love to, and I tell people all the time, get involved in contesting. And it was like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I have to set up something or do something. I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, you got to set up software, and it is a pain in the ass. Oh, well. I guess that's it. Does anybody, let me see here. There was a few things I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Joseph, this is no big deal, dude. We're going to figure this out. We know what's wrong. I don't have the material tonight to make this happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to string a wire out through a window and stick up something, and everything's in boxes. And so we will show them next week that it's working. We'll have it up by Thursday night because I want to do the net on it this week.
Yeah. Well,
so we're going to get it up. Let's just worry about that. And I got to tell you something. I've gotten a little frustrated because they were really against us tonight, and we still managed to get it working pretty much. I think we're down to the point where we know what's wrong with it.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got to get a different antenna and disable the tone squelch on the radio. I think that's the only thing we got to do.
Yeah, that sounds like a matter of programming the transceiver, going back into chirp and turning that off. That's not rocket science. You just need to bring it up and, like you did before.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. The only other thing was I wanted to just talk to you guys. I'm not going to talk about anything negative, but I wanted to mention I need you guys' help with some stuff here. Try to send out our invites and our links if you guys can. And on YouTube, do all the subscribe, link, comment. It's all in here what to do. It really makes a big difference. And there's just a list of things in here you guys can check out. Everybody's got this newsletter. It just went out today. There's a list of things in here that you guys can do that will help get the word out about the net. And so I'm really hoping that we can do this. With the new paid account that we have with Wix, we're already starting to get more hits. We're already getting more from Google and things like that because we're SEO'd properly. The sun's been active. I'm not going to talk too much about it. Also, noculescent clouds seen in Florida. They're somewhat rare in Florida, but you can still see them out there. Noculescent clouds are clouds that glow after sunset because they're so high in the atmosphere that even though you're in darkness, the cloud isn't. It's the same phenomenon we see when a rocket takes off, and we see that glowing trail. Exactly.
So high that
It's so high that it's in sunlight, even though we're not. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Space conditions. I don't have the current ones up, but it's been pretty good lately, guys. Solar flux 132 this morning was pretty good. Terrestrial weather. Look at that. It looks like a typical summertime pattern. Look at that. We're actually getting July rains in May, and not even quite May yet. This is highly unusual to see this pattern. This is literally a late June, early July pattern that we're seeing. The good news is this does help us with the drought. The bad news is it produces strong thunderstorms that will put down a lot of lightning. So it's kind of a two-edged sword. Let's see here. The funny boners. I had a couple funny ones this week. They're in there. The DX's swap shops tomorrow. I will not be there. I'm busy. There's 4 events coming up. The next one is a couple weeks away still, and that's in Dade City, Florida, which is just a little north of Tampa.
Yeah.
And FCC is looking for your comments. They'll probably just ignore them, but you're welcome to submit them. And the FCC cracks down on hazardous drone transmitters. Did you want to say, you know about this one, Joseph?
A little bit. I believe they were upset about the drone transmitters not being, basically Baofangs, putting out spurious emissions, and apparently they might interfere with the FAA's radar systems, probably on 2.4 gigahertz. I do believe there's some radar stuff around that frequency, or 5.8, one or the other, probably 2.4 though. And they're just cheap transmitters, I guess, putting out spurious emissions outside the ham band.
Oh boy.
Got upset at Hobby King for selling them. I think Hobby King knew about the problem, but they didn't do anything about it. So they are suing Hobby King. It looks like they're doing something. I don't know if they're suing them.
$2.8 million. I don't know how many hobby kits you got to sell to recover from $2.8 million. I really hope this doesn't do them in.
Probably won't. They're pretty big, but
they may have insurance for something. Believe it or not, you can have insurance for something like this. However, if it's discovered that they just blatantly did things they weren't supposed to do, that insurance isn't going to cover anything.
Yeah.
It's like trying to collect life insurance for shooting yourself. Let's see, Ham's prep for Armed Forces Day. That cross-band Armed Forces Day thing is coming up. FCC filing system. I love this. Every time the government comes out with a website, it immediately crashes. I have 2 words. Low bid. The Hurricane Conference Workshop is now on YouTube for YouTube View, if you would like. The link is in the newsletter. The U.S. government wants to study propagation using satellites instead of using ground-based receivers, so that might be interesting. We might get a little better to look at what's going on in the atmosphere if they spend all this money on this system. Let's see, nothing really else here. The Tesla Center hosts the World Amateur Radio Day Forum. Yeah, okay. We showed you guys tonight how to set up an Allstar node. There's instructions in here and more information on also how to set up an Echolink node, which is basically once you get one working, I think it's pretty simple just to get the other one working. The only problem is Echolink, I believe to set up a node, you need Windows. It's kind of weird. I don't know. There may be a workaround, but I'm just putting that out there. We'll have to look at that. Echolink works specifically on Windows, although there is an app on Android and iOS to use it, but not to basically be a node in it, is how I understand it. Anyway, all that information is in here. And then down here at the bottom, there's links to the main websites of both systems. So you can decide which one you want to have a disaster with. And this weekend, we got Feld Hell. I don't know what this is. I guess I should go look it up because they have a lot of stuff. It sounds interesting. I've never done it. I found this graphic. I thought it was great. I love that graphic. Isn't that great? I love good graphics. Anyway, there's a couple other contests on here that didn't look all that interesting, but there it is, the Florida QSO party 25th anniversary. 25 years of confusing people with logging programs. So I'm busting their balls. They all aggravate me, not just that one. I got to figure out what I got to do to even play. Anyway, and then there's also this other QRP party here, and that's about it. There wasn't that many this week, which is kind of good for Florida, I guess.
Yeah.
So, all right, and then everything else on here, you guys already know. That was about all I had. All right, I guess that's about it.
What radio are you trying to interface? Work with contests. What is the problem?
Well, I'm using my FT100, and I do have rig control, and I have the signal link, so it's all gone through there. But I don't know. I haven't even looked yet to see what the Florida QSO party. I think my M1NN software will work on that.
Yeah, it will.
For voice.
Right here.
But then I'll probably just do voice.
Yeah.
I got my hex in the yard still. I'll go set that back up on the 10-foot stand and play with that.
Yeah. I'm going to be running that.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to just tear the thing apart, tear my shack apart, or what I'm going to do. I haven't decided yet. I got like 3 things I want to do tomorrow, and I don't feel like doing any of them. All right. Anybody? Let's open it up. Does anybody have anything else?
Not me, I don't think.
Something rolling.
All right. Well, we're good. We got this thing working tonight. Don't let it discourage you. I'm trying not to let it discourage me. We got it working. It's just a matter of getting the thing not to transmit. And I'm 90% sure it's RF, because anytime I have anything in the shack that's transmitting, it generally messes with all my peripherals, my USBs. I've got ferrite traps on I got like 45 or 50 ferrite traps in here. And this is just it's an electromagnetic cesspool. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm really dealing with it right now. I'm going to be moving all my radios. I'm tearing all this out. I'm moving all the radios over to one side. And I'm moving all the control computers that I can over to the other side. And then I'm going to put a port right behind my radios so that the wires will go right out the port, right in the back. And then I'm going to wrap them in tinfoil when they come out of the radio all the way to the port. Then I've got these dryer hose tubings. I got this dryer hose tubing, and I hook it up on each side of my air conditioner, and I'm going to have 2 hoses coming down cooling my radios. And so that's going to be really cool. So I got a lot of really cool stuff I want to do. The problem is my back is really, really, really bad, and I just picked up a bunch more work. So I've got a lot of things working against me right now. So I need to retire, but I'm a good 20 years from that. All right. Does anybody have anything else?
Are you set up to do FT8 right now?
No. I have nothing set up. I don't even have a UHF VHF radio set up. No, I'm dead in the water here. My power supply is sitting over here on the ground. There's nothing even hooked up to it. That's why I said if I got to do the QSO, I got to get up in the morning. I got a show to edit that airs at 11 a.m. I got to get that show and get it edited and get it in by 11 a.m. But other than that, that only takes an hour and a half. And then once I get done with that, I'll be done with that by 8 o'clock or something. I'll have 4 hours to figure this out and get it hooked up. And I'll just clean all this shit off and just hook up what I need.
Yeah, well, whenever you want to do it, just email me or text me or call me or whatever, and we can do it.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know. If I'm doing the QSO, I'll let you know I'm doing it and where I'm going to be operating. And if I'm not doing the QSO party, I'll get with you and we'll do FT8 or something, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. But one way or the other, this weekend we're going to finish this project up.
All right.
Tomorrow, one of my projects tomorrow is to run a wire out that window and put an antenna out on the corner of the house, so it's about 20 feet away, and it also gets it even further away from my shack.
Yeah.
So, and we'll do that. And I got my portable program to do reverse on that channel. These Chinese radios don't really go into reverse that easy. So, what I did was I actually programmed the pair backwards in the channel right after it. So I click to the next channel and it's reverse. So anyway. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Unless anybody else has anything else.
I don't think so.
It's almost 10:30. I'm ready to go to bed. Like I said, I still have to dial in tonight and triple check 2 shows that air first thing in the morning just to make sure I didn't make any errors. And then I got to make a show in the morning and put it in, and then I can play. I think I just picked up another, producing another audio book. Those pay really good money, but there's like 24 hours of labor. And it's boring work, but it's at home in my shack.
Yeah, you
I can usually edit audiobooks and work FT8 at the same time, so it's not a total waste of time. All right, well, I guess that's it, guys. If no one has anything else.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Oh wait, I can show my. I'm kind of proud of this. I want to show my tower because
Okay, well, have a good night. No, I'm just kidding, Joseph. I'm just kidding.
I've been working on this, and it looks real nice. Let me bring up a picture browser here and share my screen. Okay, so I spent most of the evening or afternoon on last Sunday working on this. So my tower is here. It's the same that I've always had, the push-up pole, except now there's 2 new guy wires. Well, 1 new guy wire. And at the top, there's some new equipment here. So let me, yeah, this picture is good. So actually, I have to deal with some other stuff here. This is like okay, so this is like when it was work in progress. So these pictures are kind of organized unevenly here. Here we go. So I went to Lowe's and I got some pipe fittings.
God, I love PVC pipe.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I tend to use it a lot. So there we go. Okay. So I made this little shape. So the center of the little T here, it's actually called a cross. That is the exact diameter of the top section of my push-up pole. And then these 2 little bits that come off here, the one on the right is a pulley strapped or screwed to this pipe here. And that pulley is for raising and lowering the inverted V. And I raise and lower it with a pulley because it has the little links on it for changing bands. And I don't like raising and lowering the tower every single time. That's a lot of work. So I just use this pulley, which is really nice. And then on the left here, this little vertical pipe is for the weather station, because I wanted that at the top of the tower to get a more accurate reading kind of, and to figure out, because you're going to get higher winds at the top of the tower. And that's what I'm more concerned about. So the main antenna now is this really long one. It's a Comet GP9. I have the GP1 sitting behind me. That's what used to be on the tower. So this thing is 18.5 feet long, and it performs just really good. I can get out really far. I did a simplex yesterday. I was talking on simplex like all afternoon or all evening, and I followed one guy as he was driving home, and just to kind of get an idea where my signal is going, and it gets out really well. Like it pretty much covers the whole city where it can talk, which is awesome. And then if I go into repeaters, I can get out into a lot of the major cities that are very far away. My record for distance is 115 miles, just like in Florida. That was my distance record, was also 115 miles. So you got that, but this is on 2 meter instead of 440. So I got the antenna there. I'm also running an 80-watt amplifier on that. But the tower here, you can kind of see better what I built. So the little shapes all go there. They hold the light. The little light gets to sit on top of it now. And the weather station goes up there too. I know it's right next to the pipe, but that doesn't seem to really interfere with the wind readings at all. But that just looks really nice, and it sits up there and is just a lot better than it was before. Everything is really nice and really nicely done. So that is the new tower, and I'm pretty happy with it. It performs. That's with the inverted V on it too. You see the little links there. You gotta be able to hold those in your hand to change the band. So that's why I gotta have the pulley. But I got all that on there, and it's it's pretty good. Don't have any complaints really. My radio still doesn't work on 20 meters though. I've got to eventually figure out what's wrong with that.
There's something in the radio.
You don't have a tuner that could tune it to it?
No, the dipole can be tuned to 20 meters. That's not the issue. The radio itself will not transmit on 20
meters.
Yeah, it's broken. It pulls like 80 amps and the radio shuts off and it's all messed up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's really weird. But somebody told me it only happens when the radio gets warm. So if I come out here in the morning and I turn on the radio, I can transmit just fine for like a minute. And then
I wouldn't do that.
That's a thermal.
It's a thermal problem. So I've got to blow some cold air on there or something and figure out what part it is. Other than that, though, this was a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun so far. Talking on Simplex 5.2. I got to get more power, though. I found these amplifiers on eBay that are 1,000 watts, and they're like $500. But see, the thing is, if you buy the amplifier, then you have to buy a variable power supply for it that can supply as much current as it needs. And then you got to get an attenuator for your radio because these only want like 1 watt input. And my radio will only go down to 5 watts. So I'd have to get an attenuator of some kind that can be like switched on and off. I think they probably make stuff like that. But I have to get an attenuator. And then it's like at that point, what are you doing? You should upgrade your whole radio. So it's pretty much like if you want to start getting more power, you have to upgrade this, then you have to upgrade that, you have to upgrade this, and man, all that stuff is so expensive. So I guess for now I'm going to stick with my 80 watt amplifier.
Seen my hex beam, haven't you?
Yes, we have, and I love it. It's super cool.
So I've got the picture of that here.
But yeah, been doing some slow scan TV on 40 meters. We should do slow scan TV someday. We get everybody on here set up with it, and we can all do slow scan TV like the time we did FT8.
Well, Joseph, I was actually going to talk to you about this next time we had a little meeting because it's time to start recycling topics. I don't know if you realize it, but we've been on the air now we're in our 19th month. We're going to be coming up on, we're at like episode 70 something.
Yeah.
And it's time to start recycling some of these good things over and over again. We've already done FT8 a couple times. But yeah, I completely agree. I think we need to pick the ones we're good at and do them again. And also some more live operating. SSTV would be fun because we could just spend the evening, take 20 minutes running people through the different ways they can do it, how easy it is, and then do it. We'll just all get on a channel and we'll do it. By the time we do it at 8 something, 40 should be wide open.
Yeah. Also like to do JS8 sometime if we can get somebody.
Yeah. I'd love to do JS8. I don't know how to do it. I need somebody, I need to learn. And so that's kind of been the problem up till now is I can't teach that one because I don't know how to do it. So if anybody knows anybody does JS8 call, or what's the other program? There's 2 different programs that does those digital modes. There's JS8 call and there's the other one.
There's FL Digi.
FL Digi. FL Digi. Those are the 2 programs I'm thinking of. I really want to get someone to come on and get us going on that one night. Show us all how to do it. We'll all install it and hook it up while we're on here, and we'll all try to talk to each other. That's the kind of stuff I want to get going. So I love what we did tonight. It was a little frustrating, but that's fine. This is the kind of stuff people learn more from this kind of stuff than they do, us just talking.
So
yeah.
It works.
So this was good. And I think it was pretty good the way we were able to present this tonight. I mean, you guys could see what was going on. The router turned out to be an issue, but I'm going to end up just installing this in my spare bedroom and leaving it in there and running a wire out the window to an antenna outside. And I'm just going to leave it like that for right now. And then, and I'm just going to leave this thing up. So
that sounds like a good idea. Yeah,
you got it set to where it's not going to ID or anything, right?
Right. Yeah. All telemetry is disabled, so it should never transmit any telemetry.
But that wouldn't affect it not giving it status report, right?
No, if you manually key in to tell you to give it a status report, it'll do it. It just is not going to have it's not going to do a courtesy tone, and it's not going to say KM4OB,
Right.
every hour. It's not going to go off IDing. So
Yeah,
that's how I do.
I gotta tell you, I'm getting to where I'd rather just hear the beeping out of these repeaters. I can't stand these ones, where it comes on every hour, every 30 minutes and identifies.
Yeah,
When you're scanning 15 or 20 channels, and it gets annoying after a
robot
while.
comes up and identifies. That's annoying.
I mean, I got that one that comes on like every 15 minutes. K4SJC. And I'm like, oh, okay. Say it lower.
Oh, what is their node? Oh, what is their? See, I said I wanted to come back and haunt them.
Oh, the 220 node.
No, not the. Yeah, what's the node number on that? I can look that up. That would be on the node list. We can test that right now. That'll work.
I got my 220 radio right here with my 220 antenna hooked up.
K4SJC would be the call sign on that. 546393.
Now, SJC is the call sign on 147. There's something coming out on 444-775.
Oh, you know what? That's me. Hold on. I gotta fix that right now.
I'll go shut that off.
Hold on. I'm well, yeah, you gotta go run and do it, but I'm also turning it
Node
on.
546393. Connection failed.
Connection failed.
Yeah, SJC is 147-225. The 220 repeater is W2PAX.
W2PA. Oh, that's right. I did have the wrong thing. W2PAX. There we go. That's the, yeah, okay. That I should hopefully be able to connect to, unless they've set it to private or something. I don't think you can set these to private, but the 220 is 442860. So star 344280. I should be able to connect to that.
Node 442860 connected to node 542851.
So if you are on the 285 or the 220 machine, you should hear me when I key out. Let's try this out here. Kilo Mike 4 Oscar Victor Zulu testing.
I don't hear anything.
Node 542850 disconnected.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't hear anything when I do that? I wonder if
Nope,
their thing
didn't
is
hear a
broken.
thing.
Their thing is always broken.
I'm listening to 447-225 and also got 224-52 on this rate.
KM4OBZ testing. Wait a minute, is that the W2PAX-QTH? Oh, I'm on his node. Hold on. I'm on the wrong node.
Node 442860 disconnected.
All right, now I need to go star 34428062. That's the 220.
Node 442862 connected.
Haha.
Node
Now I should be on. Oh. Oh, I haven't heard that voice in a while. What's going on here?
Be advised, I've got a very bad copy on you from the 285.
Oh, they got all these linked together.
Yeah.
They got them all linked together.
All I got was the one word better, and no, it was not.
Are you trying to talk on there, Ian? Oh, it is.
Haven't had any problems with this. I'm on my little bow thing with the 220 antenna hooked up to it. We're actually testing an Allstar hookup that we did on the TechNet tonight. So we're trying to just dial in and see if it works here. better. A lot better.
I'm gonna see if I can get in here. Kilo Mike 4 Oscar Victor Zulu.
All the RF and the
I talked over him.
Did it. I actually made a 220 antenna, a little dipole antenna for this thing. I need to dig that out. Look it back up.
But that's working really well. I mean, there's almost no latency and it's like instant.
Much better. Stay outside. Don't go back inside. Yeah, 220, man. I love this band. I'll tell you, it's so clear, so clean. The frequencies are clean, and it seems to have all the best of 2 meter and the best of 70 centimeters all rolled into one band. I really like it. So, all right, well, we've had a fun night here playing with Allstar. I do appreciate the radio check. You got it. Have yourself a good one. Stay safe and watch out on the sky with the weather coming in this weekend. All right, I'll be monitoring KF4OWA, monitoring 285 and a bunch of the frequencies. KO4 EFS, yeah, man, what a day today was. And we got like 6 more days of this July type weather coming. All right, everybody have a good one. KO4 EFS, clear and standing by on the 220.
KM4OVZ.
220, you're loud and clear.
All right, it's working. KM4OVZ, Huntsville, Alabama.
Too bad I can't log that Q, so.
Rarity X.
DX. Now you're barely making it in. Yeah, it was better, but still barely making it. Barely making that trip. Well, that's working at least. So we just got to get the 775 up and running and we'll be good to go. But I love how it's very low latency, very quick. Echo Link's a lot slower.
Yeah.
The audio I think is better quality on Allstar. And it does support Echo Link, so you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. But the latency will drive you crazy on some of them. And it's not bad here at all.
Well, that's what I mean. That latency on Echo Link is usually worse than Allstar. But there are some exceptions to that. Just in my general experience, it's been a lot better on Allstar. I wonder if do they do the morning to the track? What nets do they do on the 220 now? Do they do all the nets on the Link system now?
I think so. They've been doing the meeting on the air thing on Monday on this. They've also been doing the 220 net. The Aries net's been meeting on here at 7 o'clock Wednesday night. So they're doing quite a bit on there. Now they had some problems last week, so they switched to the 685 machine because they couldn't get the all the different repeaters working quite right. So they switched off and went on 146 685, but it's kind of better when you're on the
all right
repeaters.
Well, that works, dude.
Yeah, that worked pretty well.
You sounded good, dude. I mean, it sounded like you were in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's linked in with 3 VHF repeaters too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it works okay. It's been a slow go trying to get everybody trained up to the club meetings are a real pain in the butt on there, but they're trying. It's hard because you want to get everybody involved.
Yeah.
But yet, unfortunately, these repeater systems are difficult a lot of times for because the people. What happens with this system a lot is people will be checking in all at the same time on 3 different towers, and you hear all 3 of them. That's why I think they've started doing it by tower site, the check-ins, and that seems to have helped quite a bit.
I'm going to be taking the net in August. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen on 2 receivers. I'm going to listen on the radio. Yeah, because then I can hear what's going on, even when I'm transmitting. Because so many times, the net control will clamp down and transmit, and there'll be somebody else transmitting at the same time. Well, I'm going to
Right.
listen to the receivers, so I can just let up and then let them finish and then go back.
I do that when I was subbing up at the net at the Sunshine Net. They have a UHF VHF tied together up there, the Cars network,
Yeah.
and I used to do the net on UHF, and I used to listen in my headphones on VHF, and I
Yeah.
listened to myself and everything. I just heard everything, kind of like when I'm at work. You hear
That way you know
everything in your
what's
headphones.
going on.
Yep, and it worked out great because I would be talking and I could hear someone talking over me on the other repeater. And
Yeah.
I could come back to them, even though I was talking when they were talking. I heard them and I could come back to them, and
Yeah.
it makes things go smoother.
I figure I'll bring up a headset that I can listen in on, and then I'll put that on, let's say the 220 radio. Then I can call the net on 147.225, which is the Cape Coral machine, or I can go
Right.
around, whichever way I get in better, and listen.
Yeah, that's not that far for you, right across the river. All right, guys, I'm yawning. I'm done. It's 10:43.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't be at the swap shop tomorrow. Because I'm going to get up and figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow yet, but I don't need to go to the swap shop, and I'm not going to the swap shop.
Yeah. I'll probably go. I don't know.
If you go, Rick, or if anybody goes and they're selling a UHF radio of any kind, I may be interested. I want to get me a couple of old clunkers that I can just program and have set up in different rooms. I want to start by the time we get into thunderstorm season or hurricane season. I want to have a WatchNet radio in my bedroom next to my bed and a WatchNet radio out here that's dedicated to nothing but that repeater.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for 2 UHF only or 2 multiband older radios that I can just program for one channel.
That's like I'm gonna put me a disco antenna up in the attic and run.
There you go.
Yeah, and hook that to this dual band rig, and then when you have the thunderstorms going on, I could still get on the air.
There you go. That'll work.
Because I know.
Well, that's me with these 775 repeat radios I want to build. I'm going to build these little 3-element Yagis out of PVC pipe.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put them inside the structures and shoot them through the walls.
Yeah.
In that way, or through a window. I have a spot where I can put one on the side of my entertainment center and shoot it right through the window diagonally, right at the repeater.
Yeah, I was going to say you're not far from the repeater, so that's
Nope.
an advantage.
It is, and so the good thing is I'll be able to talk on that repeater from my radios and not have to worry about the radio is going to be plugged into a battery backup box, and the antenna is going to be indoors. So I don't know how much safer I can get and still talk on the radio.
Yeah. Well, it's better than having the thing all the way outside 20, 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, it's been fun. If anybody wants to stay on, you can. If not, I'm gonna end the meeting.
Plug. All right, because I got to get up. I got a bunch of guys. I do a Zoom session with them at some of my friends in Atlanta at 9:00 tomorrow. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's their hams too. So.
Oh, there you go.
I talked to them, and then.
All right. Well, I'm ending the live stream on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, have a great night out there, and we'll see you next week on the